You don't even deserve to be on this page. Have you ever seen an X on a treasure map? What if I told you you're sitting on it and you don't even realize it yet? What if I told you you've just stumbled on a gold mine beyond anything you could have ever dreamed of? You have no clue as to the power of what you are about to be offered. But whether you know it or not, you are just 10 clicks away from the only software tool that taps into a completely new, completely unexposed cash juggernaut that's about 100 times bigger than ClickBank. Yeah, I said 100 times bigger than ClickBank, and about 200 times bigger than every single internet marketing product launch put together. We're talking about a new money-making universe where even the rankest newbie can rake in $500, $600, and even $1,000 per day starting now, without breaking a sweat and without spending any serious time in front of a computer screen. You're about to be handed your own exclusive VIP pass to tap those kind of profits within minutes. You ain't in Kansas anymore, Dorothy, and that's why this may not be for you. I'm betting 90% of you will run from this message like scared little girls. My suggestion? Go back to your old life, another uneventful day being you, and wait for the next big product launch, because if every strategy you know of for making money online must involve the words ClickBank and Google, this ain't for you. This is not for you if you're convinced it's impossible to make more while working less or not at all. This is not for you if you are uneasy about sneaking up on other 8-figure super affiliates and shamelessly pumping a hefty slice of their cash profits effortlessly into your own bank account. If that sounds like something you're not ready for, you might want to head back over to Facebook, YouTube, or some other site that keeps you distracted from your failure. Believe it or not, I could care less what you do next. I've got the money and the students I need. This is not for you, and it'll never be for you. But if you can see yourself exploiting technology to work less or barely at all, while laughing all the way to the bank, while everyone else in our industry remains a slave to the clock and a slave to their workload, and you want to do it easily, without any Google, without any Yahoo or Bing, without any ClickBank, without writing a single piece of content, without learning a single HTML code, without a product, without building a list, without a domain name, without any connections, without a single marketable skill to your name, without any media buys, without kissing butt to any pompous CPA network. If that's you, I want you to sit back, shut up, and listen up, because you do need to hear this. Here's the ironic thing. Go back 3 years, I was just like you. Hell, I was you. Feeling overwhelmed, looking at a ClickBank account that's got tumbleweeds running through it. Feeling like I needed to win so bad, it's like nothing else in the world matters. If that's you, get ready for everything to change on a dime, because you're about to realize that all the easy money online has been sitting right under your nose, but just hidden from your view. Prepare to go behind the scenes to the most coveted underground and overpaid world of pompous super affiliates banking up to $40 million per month online. Then picture how much money you could be banking if you knew exactly who these super affiliates are, where they are, and what if you had the only underground, completely automated 6-click software technology that allows you to tap into their profits at will, funneling life-changing cash into your bank account of choice with no effort on your part. Imagine this software working through the night tonight and waking up tomorrow to a fresh $200 in spendable cash even before your coffee finishes brewing in the morning. And imagine that $200 per day grows to $400 per day later on this month. And of course, if you want to crank it up to millions like I do, it's just a matter of how many more times you want to run the software. And guess what's more fun than making tons and tons of money while doing none of the work? Nothing. Look, I am ready to show you the path to pure esoteric money-making bliss. If we're going to go down this path together, I'm first going to have to ask you to stop. Stop. Listen to me. Stop trying so hard to make money online. Yeah, that's right. Stop. You hear me? You are doing everything wrong. Period. Stop building websites. Stop getting JV partners. Stop building your list. Stop building your brand. Stop getting connections. Stop attending pathetic conferences. Stop learning new methods every week. Stop doing SEO. Stop buying the newest guru offering of the week like a battered wife with a bad case of Stockholm Syndrome. Stop breaking the #1 rule, handing over dollars to pick up dimes. Because it hasn't worked. It isn't working, and there's a safe bet that it'll never work. Not because you're incapable, but because the whole system is obsolete. It's time. It's time to open yourself up to a new money-making universe, where making job-crushing and even life-altering money doesn't come to those who work the hardest, but to those few insiders who simply know where the treasures are buried. I'm Steve Iser, a reformed video game junkie, and now, at 24-year-old millionaire. Feels so damn cool to say that, I can't even tell you. Here's my earnings in just 1 week. And here's another taste. And it sucks for you. It sucks for you that the odds are stacked against you. With the boss who considers you expendable, a government that sees you as fresh meat, and most recently, a punching bag to some of the slimiest internet gurus around. And it sucks that for 95% of you who did not find this page, this little trump through the world of making money online will saddle you with massive black holes of debt you may never crawl your sorry way out of. And it's a sad statement, but here's the God's honest truth. I, Steve Iser, I'm all you've got. That's right, I'm all you've got going for you. Whether you're retired, unemployed, or a 16-year-old Bieber-loving teeny bopper, I'm it. Why? Because I understand one thing. I understand that you can lap up every guilty pleasure that comes across your path. Lord knows I have, but the only thing that'll really matter in the end is how many people's lives you actually change for the better. I don't just believe that, I live it. At my young age, I've learned the only thing that matters to me in my life right now is to bite down hard into the billions of dollars of profits online being unclaimed right now. For myself and for my many, now wealthy students. And doing it all legitimately and legally, but effortlessly, of course. The rest of the world can be damned as far as I'm concerned, but not my students. The rush I get from helping a raw rookie make his first $100 per day means more to me now than making my next million. Now, I don't know you, but I know that you deserve to experience that. You deserve to know what it feels like to always have at least 5 figures padding your bank balance, instead of it always hovering around 0. And maybe that's why I'm the only guy who seems to care enough about your success to actually hold your hand until you're securely on the other side of the money mountain. Just ask my student Jamie Mosley, who's making up to $500 per day in her first 30 days online using the system you're about to access. And Sean Tillman, who's now traveling around the world without a laptop and making up to $30,000 per month in his first year seriously marketing online. So you've got to ask yourself, why are they making money like that? And you're still chasing the latest guru flavor of the week. Maybe it's because they decide to learn from me, a guy who actually deals directly with the customers until they succeed. A guy who is actually teaching the strategies he's using right now to fatten his own bank account. In fact, I will promise you that I am the only product creator online who successfully tests out his systems with 60 beta testers from every walk of life in every major industry before I even think of releasing it to the public. Well, that's the, quote, guru you're listening to now. And there's your first clue as to why my students are pulling down $500 per day out of the gate, sometimes within their first few days with one of my products, while you're still floundering around like last week's fried fish fillet. Still waiting for your breakthrough moment. And for a lot of people out there who didn't find their way to this page, that breakthrough moment will never come. But you're about to hear a story of a breakthrough moment that not only changed my life forever, but is about to turn yours upside down too. You know, they say there's no shortage of talented losers out there. And 3 years ago, that's exactly what I was. Too busy nursing a bad gaming addiction and a passion for hacking for my talents to ever see the light of day. A third late notice of rent was posted on my door, and I was sick of never having enough money. I turned to the internet for the answer, but was getting nowhere. Tireless hours spent marketing with eBay, ClickBank, Amazon, and even Twitter failed to pay even a single bill. The hacker in me started to pipe up in my head. If I was going to get anywhere in this business, it was going to be through the back door. Many of you may not realize this, but all of the best forums on the internet are hidden from view. They operate on black servers, buried by an endless web of massive firewall hacks. I'm talking off the grid, virtually invisible to everyone, even the feds. Well, everyone but me, that is. My gift for hacking allowed me to practically walk right in, every day. So that's what I did. I spend my nights scanning for insider information. But not just any insider information. Information I could use to actually pay off some debts and get that anal landlord off my back. So I kept looking for trends, anything I could exploit, to make real money online. But one secret forum caught my interest in a way I just couldn't let go. A tiny forum that used to talk about the internet like it was their own personal playground. I can still remember them spouting off about the numbers they used to pull down. Numbers that I thought were reserved for pompous Texas oil tycoons. A group that called themselves the Nines. Weird, because there are only 4 of them. Apparently they got that name because they go crazy until they've made their 9th million that month. We're talking about true money-making all-stars that make people look like a hapless hobo. The self-made elite. I hear these guys talking about the multiple millions they rake in each month, and my curiosity about how they were doing it just wouldn't let go. So with no cash to my name, I started tracking their every movement, waiting for the day I could meet up with them and pick their bulging marketing brains. I literally would bribe the security at their VIP conferences. You'd catch me sneaking into their seminars. Any old dirty money-making nugget I could get my hands on made the trip worth it. Then there was the seminar of April of 2007 in New York City. I walked in hours before the meeting was supposed to go down, in the very hotel the Nines were supposed to be staying at. I catch out of the corner of my eye 4 guys that didn't seem to belong. They looked like total bumps, straight out of the Venice Beach boardwalk. They're sitting in the lounge laughing it up. And get this, they're surrounded by models, hovering around them like stewardesses in first class. I can still remember thinking to myself, these weren't men, these were gods. I look a little closer and bingo, my suspicions were confirmed. It was the Nines, every last one of them, all at one table, just hanging out. No gatekeepers, and they were within arm's length, closer than I'd ever gotten before. And to make matters even sweeter, they were more than a few beers in. This was my big chance. I gathered myself, greeted them with firm handshakes all around, and sat down. I hit them with my passion, poured my heart out. I had nothing to lose. I told them about everything. My strategy, my research, my plans, the countless hours I was spending trying to model their moves. I literally begged for answers. I explained how I seemed to be following their steps, but for some reason, they kept making millions each month, and I still couldn't pay the rent. What was I missing? They stood still for a moment with a look of pity that I'll never forget. That's when one of them piped up. It was Artie, the sloppiest looking one of the bunch. But by the look of it, he seemed to be in charge. They all quieted down as he laid down the golden nugget that would ultimately lead to millions in my bank account. And maybe yours too. You're on the right track, kid, he said. But your downfall is that you're working way too hard. He continued. You know the difference between an amateur fisherman and a professional? I was too paralyzed to come up with the answer. So he kept going. An amateur throws out his line and waits for the fish to come to him. A professional goes where the fish already are in droves, and then just sticks out his net. And he doesn't just feed himself with that catch, he feeds a small city. He proceeded to tell me the formula for finding billions of dollars worth of profitable opportunities all over the web. Why'd he do that? What did he owe me? I later realized he wasn't being nice. He never in his wildest wet dream thought I'd be able to use that formula. It was too complex and required hours of research just to find even one possibly profitable opportunity. To make the kind of money they made required a research team of hundreds of employees working overseas. But I knew 2 things Artie didn't. 1, every word he spoke to me was recorded by an MP3 player I had running in my pocket. 2, with my Olympic level programming skills and hacking tools, I had everything I needed to automate that entire process he outlined. This meant that in one single night, I could accomplish every detail of their entire research process from the start until the endless windfall profits had marched securely into my neglected bank account. I was holding a winning lotto ticket, and now was the time to cash it. I rang up an old hacker friend and told him his skills were finally about to do some good for the world. I told him we were about to create a perpetual money-making machine, the likes of which not even Michael Bay could have ever dreamed of. He was game. And we got to work with 5 laptops running all at the same time, creating a software that would automatically fill our pockets with more cash than most people dream of making in a lifetime. The goal was to have it work in 2 simple steps. 1, money-making intelligence. This was the part that would scan billions of pages and test every last one, finding only pages and traffic sources that are already making money. Using the same profitability algorithm Artie and the Nines had been using to create risk-free windfall profits to the tune up to $40 million a month. Anything that could potentially lose money would be immediately rejected by the software. And 2, the money suction funnel. To develop a 6-click strategy, yeah, I said just 6 clicks, to legally and with no risk funnel those profitable flows of traffic and all the money that came along with it directly into our bank accounts. For the next 3 nights, we saw every sunrise as we perfected the system. By 11:42 on a Sunday night, the beast was complete. A money-making machine that could even make the Federal Reserve printing press jealous. It required no technical knowledge, no maintenance, just a stealth system for suctioning profits from every last drop of the massive ocean of money known as the World Wide Web. In every niche, in every market, no exceptions,